The big wireless companies sold you an outdated plan tied to long-term contracts and mystery fees. Simple Mobile's different. You get a lightning-fast 4G LTE nationwide network with no contract, ever. And keep the phone and number you love. Just text the word BYOP to 611-611 to see if your phone is compatible. Simple Mobile. Out with the old, in with the simple.
Standard text message and data rates may apply based on your mobile phone service. Please refer always to the privacy policy at simplemobile.com/privacypolicy and the terms and conditions at simplemobile.com/terms and conditions.
The following program is brought to you in living color.
London calling to the faraway town. Somebody told you that you've been taken off the earth.
Plays that song that's so elusive.
My harvest is the best.
God, it's God, I say God.
Who will provide the grand design?
We didn't say it'd be good.
It's 1 hour of Radio Anarchy, broadcasting for the Acme Studios in Mayville, Wisconsin. Where the hell is Mayville? Vintage rock that's been bottled up way too long. Welcome to Don's Basement.
We've been waiting for a long time. Yes, we've been waiting for a long, long time. We've been waiting for a long time. But we ain't gonna wait no more. We're getting ready to rock and roll. We're gonna 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Well, there's a reason everybody should be shaking in the house tonight. And you should grab your favorite lady and promise her you do it right. Tell Fat Jack to jump back and give you a shot of some booze. So you can party to some stomp down, butt bump and rock and roll rhythm and blues. But the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. I know that everybody when they hear the music will be doing it on the floor. Jump up and down and turn around and tell the band to play some more. So tonight you can dance and romance and do anything you feel like doing. So don't look surprised 'cause you know what I like. And tonight we ought to do it. 'Cause the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Oh yeah. Well, there's a reason everybody should be shaking in the house tonight. And you should grab your favorite lady and promise her you do it right. Tell Fat Jack to jump back and give you a shot of some booze. So you can party to some stomp down, butt bump and rock and roll rhythm and blues. 'Cause the boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Yeah, yeah, yeah. The boys are back in town. And when the boys are back, there ain't no fooling around.
Love Those Boys from the 48 Hours soundtrack. The Bus Boys and the boys are back in town. And hello there. How are you? Welcome back in. My name is Don Clark. Thanks so much for coming down and hanging out again down here in Don's Basement. Oscar season is upon us. And we have the Movies That Rock edition, digging deep into the movie soundtracks for some vintage rock that has not seen the light of day in a long, long time. Like this one from the Leap of Faith soundtrack. It's Don Henley. Sit down. You're rocking the boat. Welcome to Don's Basement.
Dreamed last night I was on the boat to heaven. By some chance I had brought my dice along, and there I great big wave came and washed me overboard. And as I sank, oh, I hollered, someone saved me. That's the moment I woke up, thank the Lord. And I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. I said to myself, sit down, you're rocking the boat. 'Cause the devil will drag you under by the sharp bells of your checkered coat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat. Sit down, sit down, sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Vintage rock on vinyl with every beautiful scratch and skip, 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 skip. This is Don's Basement.
Bury the bottle, mama. It's grapefruit wine.
Movie's a little dated, but it does hold up well. One of the Basement favorites, too, from the FM soundtrack. Title cut from Steely Dan with Don Clark in Don's Basement. The envelope is handed out. Oscar season is here, and we are digging deep into some of these movie soundtracks to grab some songs that have not seen the light of day in a long, long time, including this one from Manfred Mann's Earth Band from the Philadelphia Experiment soundtrack. This is Runner in Don's Basement.
Through the night, through the dawn, behind you another runner is born. Don't look back, you've been there. See the mist as your breath hits the air, and it's underneath the moonlight, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. Through the night, through the dawn, behind you another runner is born. Don't look back, you've been there. Feel the mist as your breath hits the air, and it's underneath the moonlight, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. And you will run your time, a shooting star across the sky, and you will surely cross the line to pass on the flame. Sun come up, sun go down. Hear the beat, see the sweat on the ground. Watch your step, keep you cool, though you can't see what's in front of you. And it's underneath the moonlight, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. And you will run your time, a shooting star across the sky, and you will surely cross the line to pass on the flame, pass on the flame. Through the night, through the dawn, behind you another runner is born. Don't look back, you've been there. See the mist as your breath hits the air, and it's underneath the moonlight, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. And you will run your time, a shooting star across the sky, and you will surely cross the line. And it's underneath the moonlight, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. And you will run your time, a shooting star across the sky, and you will surely cross the line. And you will run your time, and it's underneath the shooting star, passing songs till your heart beats in the moonlight like a drum. And you will run your time, a shooting star across the sky, and you will surely cross the line.
Clinton never inhaled. This guy never exhaled. Welcome to Don's Basement.
Lunatic Ridge, I know you're out there. You're in hiding, and you hold your meeting. I can hear you coming. Know what you're after. We're wise to you this time. We won't let you kill the Lunatic Ridge, in the twilight's last gleaming. This is open season, but you won't get too far. 'Cause you gotta play someone. You're all in confusion. We're on guard this time. Against your final solution. We can hear the footsteps. Out along the walkway. Lunatic Ridge, we all know you're out there. Can you feel the resistance? Can you feel the
Yeah, one of the finest soundtracks to come out of the 80s from Vision Quest. It's Lunatic Fringe and Red Rider with Don Clark in Don's Basement. Well, we got the news this week that we lost another monkey. Peter Tork passed away. So I wanted to bring this song out for a couple of reasons. One, to honor Peter, and two, to tip the hat and raise the glass to the Monkees for putting this movie together. The movie really didn't make a lot of sense when we first saw it, still doesn't, but it's a lot of fun to watch. The movie is called Head, and this is the song that kicked off the soundtrack. Carole King put her pen to it. This is called the Porpoise Song in Don's Basement.
voice, no overdub has no choice. situation must be right.
Oh, if these walls could talk, they'd probably cough. A lot. Welcome to Don's Basement.
Sailing away on the crest of a wave, it's like magic. Oh, rolling and riding and slipping and sliding, it's magic. And you and your sweet desire, you took me. Oh,
Higher and higher, baby. It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing. What a terrible thing to lose. I'm taking a
Making believe this is what you can see from your worst day.
I'm taking a dive.
Oh, moving in line, then you look back in time to the first day.
I'm taking.
And you and your sweet desire.
Don't you do it, don't you do it.
Oh,
Higher and higher, baby. It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing. What a terrible thing to lose. I'm taking a dive on the stage.
taking a dive, 'cause you can't help the slide floating downstream.
I'm taking a dive.
Oh, so let her go. Don't start spoiling the show. It's a bad dream.
I'm taking.
And you and your sweet desire.
Don't you do it, don't you do it.
Oh,
Higher and higher, baby. It's a living thing. It's a terrible thing to lose. It's a given thing. What a terrible thing to lose. It's a living thing.
I saw the movie, but I just watched it for the articles from Boogie Nights. ELO and Living Thing with Don Clark in Don's Basement. In the 70s and 80s, Roger Daltrey ended up on two soundtracks. One was Tommy, and one wasn't. And that one's coming up next on the Movies That Rocks edition. Welcome to Don's Basement.
Get a new stereo, get a color TV, get a car stereo, CB, Sony Betamax, TV video game, get it now, because Crazy Eddie can't be beat. With prices so low, he's practically giving it all away. Shop around, get the best prices you can find, then go to Crazy Eddie for the most ridiculous prices ever. Call 645-1196. Remember, Crazy Eddie gives you the largest selection, professionally staffed service centers, and the most ridiculous prices you can find. So go to a Crazy Eddie superstore now, because Crazy Eddie's prices are insane.
You both in here with...
Orville Redenbacher.
Can you really make the best popcorn taste even better?
Sure. Pop my popping corn in my new gourmet buttery flavored oil. It'll taste buttery without adding butter or its calories. My corn pops bigger and fluffier. Most every kernel pops. And
It tastes buttery without those extra calories.
pop my gourmet popping corn in my new buttery flavored oil.
You made the best better, best and better.
Redenbacher.
Bread and butter.
Powerful.
don't you know that you are a shooting star?
Meaningful.
Little darling, It's been a long, cold, lonely winter.
Forgotten.
Walk down by the bathing pond to try and catch some sun.
Until now.
Saw at least 100 schoolgirls.
Bringing it back one scratchy album at a time. This is Don's Basement.
In the 70s, he was on the Tommy soundtrack, and in 1980, he was on the McVicker soundtrack, Daltrey, and Free Me with Don Clark in Don's Basement and the Movies That Rock edition. And oh, to see this on the big screen again. From the Heavy Metal soundtrack, here's Don Felder. Heavy Metal, Take a Ride in Don's Basement.
cool that they know for sure you just become a heavy metal believer. Won't you take a ride, 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 ride on heavy metal? It's the only way that you can travel down that road. Satisfied, fight, fight, fight on heavy metal. Baby, won't you ride, ride until it
He turned us on to so many great bands. Now he's bringing them back, scratchy vinyl and all. Welcome to Don's Basement.
I got this strange fascination for this chick down the hall. Reliable information.
Sammy Hagar on the title cut of the Fast Times at Ridgemont High soundtrack with Don Clark in Don's Basement. With movies that rock, and it felt good to bring this out. Haven't heard this in a long time. From American Anthem, it's Andy Taylor and Take It Easy in Don's Basement.
People say I'm crazy, just a fool. Well, I'm the pigeon, baby, you're the stew. Always dug the colored hair, always loved the clothes you wear. I can't say that you tell me all. Why not stay all night alone? Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Rich girls, they run after me. Break my heart, you know I fall in love so easily. Always dug the colored hair, always loved the clothes you wear. I can't say that you tell me all. Why not stay all night alone? Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing. Take it easy on yourself. Take it easy. There ain't no one else. Don't give me reasons, and I won't ask for nothing.
The music you grew up with. The music you threw up with. This is Don's Basement.
Don't wanna know your name, 'cause you don't look the same the way you did before.
from a movie that was not based on Don's Basement, but could have been and should have been. From Dazed and Confused, Fox on the Run and Sweet with Don Clark in Don's Basement, and the Movies That Rock edition. Now we're getting close to St. Paddy's Day. Time to break this movie out again. This is from The Commitments and Try a Little Tenderness in Don's Basement.
Oh, she may be weary, and young girls, they do get weary, wearing that same old shaggy dress. But when she gets weary, try a little tenderness. You know she's waiting, just anticipating the things that she never, 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 never possesses yet. But while she's there waiting without that, try a little tenderness. That's all you gotta do. This is for you. It's not just sentimental, no, no. She has her grief and her care. Yeah, yeah. But soft words, they all spoke so gentle. It makes it easier to bear, yeah. You won't regret it, no, no. Young girls, they never forget it. Love is their only happiness. But it is so easy. All you gotta do is try a little tenderness. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Squeeze her, tease her, never leave her. You got to, you got to, you got to, you got to try a little tenderness. Squeeze her, tease her, never leave her. You got to, you got to, you got to, you got to try a little
Hey, Herb and Leona. Thanks for giving us a place to jam.
And for putting up with us.
The little room downstairs.
The Basement Dwellers from Don's Basement.
question they're asking me. This is the craziest party that could ever be. Don't turn on the lights, cause I don't wanna see. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun, no. Open up your window, let some air into this room. I think I'm almost choking from the smell of stale perfume. And that cigarette you're smoking, I'll scare me half to death. Open up the window, sucker, let me catch my breath. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. That ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun. She said, someone's knocking at the door. I'm looking at my girlfriend, she passed out on the floor. I've seen so many things I ain't never seen before. Don't know what it is, I don't want to see no more. Mama told me not to come. Mama told me not to come. She said, that ain't the way to have fun, son. That ain't the way to have fun, no.
Good to the last note. Yeah, Three Dog Night from the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas soundtrack, and Mama Told Me Not to Come, with Don Clark and Don's Basement putting the wraps on the Movies That Rock edition. Thank you so much to the radio stations across the country that run Don's Basement tapes each week. Thanks to Mr. Lee Peak, the voice of Don's Basement tapes, and thank you so much for taking an hour out of each week and spending it down here in the basement. We do appreciate it. I'm Don Clark. Peace.
When you're wearing the right outfit, it feels good. Like good hair day good. Phone charge to 100% good. Feel that way every single day when you work with a Trunk Club personal stylist. Meet your stylist at trunkclub.com. That's TRUNKCLUB.com.
The big wireless companies sold you an outdated plan tied to long-term contracts and mystery fees. Simple Mobile's different. You get a lightning-fast 4G LTE nationwide network with no contract, ever. And keep the phone and number you love. Just text the word BYOP to 611-611 to see if your phone is compatible. Simple Mobile. Out with the old, in with the simple.
Standard text message and data rates may apply based on your mobile phone service. Please refer always to the privacy policy at simplemobile.com/privacy policy and the terms and conditions at simplemobile.com/terms and conditions.